Okay, guys. So I've done a few fitness videos lately, and they're a little quirky and not professional. There's something that's been weighing on me for many, many years. So this is going to come more from my heart. This has absolutely nothing to do with my fitness world or you see me promoting my services. That's not it. It's not daycare. It's not fitness. It's not bragging on my kids or anything, which that's hard not to do, so it might come up anyway. But I was really blessed to be a part of a small group tonight and see if I can get through this. I'm a super big crybaby. Those of you that really know me know, like, if I'm happy I cry, if I'm sad I cry. So just per- just overlook me, okay? Um, that's my super tender-hearted side. But we have really been making Elevation Church a part of our lives lately, and I don't even know how long of a video can be posted on Facebook and Instagram, so I'm going to try to hurry, but I am so mouthy. I don't need anybody commenting on that knows me. We all know it's true. But anyway, I was a part of a ladies' small group tonight through Elevation, and it was talking about no more nails. And this is going to be really tough, I think. I didn't think it was going to be so tough. I was so excited, but I can feel it getting tough already. I just want to bring out a few statements. We viewed a small segment of one of Pastor Furtick's old sermons, and the study was from his book, Chatterbox. So I'm quoting from his sermon that I watched, the notes I took, and I want you to really think hard on this. I am not preaching to or at anyone. This was for me, but I think it has a lot of benefit for so many people, and so many people I love. But I know this is for me. So this comes from a very pure place, but I can't not share it either. And I didn't know how to go about sharing it with the way I wanted to, so I just thought, I want to share it with the world because there's not a person in this world that doesn't have hurt and pain and wounds. We all get wounded, but whether we stay wounded or we just have, I'll show you something really pretty. November, here's a perfect example. November, I was wounded. This was really nasty looking in November, but now it's just a scar. I'm no longer wounded. I'm scarred, but I'm not wounded. There are things in our life that wound us, but we choose if we stay there or if we have a scar that proves to tell a story of healing. I have lived wounded a lot. Queen of it over here, but I don't want to live wounded. Scarred, that's okay. That's my story. That lets me show my Jesus off and what he does. He gives beauty for ashes. So let me see if I can just make a little bit of sense and go quick here. This is totally not my thing, so I might look like a total goofball, but if it touches somebody and helps them, oh well. Let's see. We all get hurt, and one of the things that Pastor Furtick says is that the same place where the nails are is where the same place where the healing is. The things that hurt you in your life that you're holding on to, lots of times those chances are somebody didn't intend to hurt you, or maybe they were so wounded that the wounds kept getting passed on. But it doesn't have to stay that way. Life is too short. It doesn't have to be that way. Scars can heal and draw close, and love covers a multitude. But that was one of the things he says. And something for me, in the last year, I had to realize that I couldn't demand things from people that they didn't have to give me. I have to know who I am in Christ. I have to realize who he says I am. I do not have to take on the identity of anyone else that they want to put on me. It's who he says I am. And when I realize who he says I am, that's the woman I live out. I don't live out the identity I take on from others. And I have done that. I've lived out what other people say I am. That's what I've lived out. And so I make really crappy choices. I make when I do that. But when I realize who I am in Christ, um, I make decisions and choices based off of who he says I am, who he created me to be. So I cannot demand to receive a grace from God that I will not give to you. I'm going to read that again. I cannot demand to receive grace from you if I'm not willing to give it to you. I can't demand to receive grace from God if I'm not willing to give it to you. Who is the person that you can't forgive? Who is the person that you hold hostage for ruining your life or ruining a part of, or destroying your job or destroying your marriage or destroying your childhood or your finances or whatnot? Who is that person? Well, if you want grace from God, because we've all screwed up. We've all been wounded and we've all wounded others. But if we want grace from God, we have to be willing to give grace. There's not a human alive that can walk perfect. And some of us hurt or inflict more than others. Some of us do it foolishly. Some of us do it selfishly. Some of us do it ignorantly, but we do it. And then another question that Pastor Furtick brought up, why would I even choose to stay wounded? Why do I want to live there? Why do I want to live separated from people that love me? Why do I want to, maybe I don't think they love me enough, or maybe I don't feel loved. So what? I can give love. I need to put my big girl pants on and get a grip. I've had to realize that this last year, that I can't demand something from someone they don't have, or that they don't understand, or maybe it's just not clicking. That's okay, because I am loved. And I want you to realize that it doesn't matter what you're getting from people. It's what you have waiting for you from your Father. And that's enough. Sometimes it doesn't feel like enough. We're isolated right now. It really doesn't feel like enough sometimes in our humanness, but it is. When we put our mind there, when we kind of take our brain away from the negativity and start praising him and receiving who he says we are, is enough. Knowing our value and worth will determine what we walk into as well. I have been the queen of messing that one up. But knowing our value and worth will determine where we walk. I wish I'd known all this 10 and 20 years ago. But hey, I know it now. And I just hope that somebody gets blessed by this. And why would I keep nailing you to a cross? Maybe you've offended me. Why would I keep nailing you to a cross? God doesn't keep nailing me. I left all my sins at the cross, and he took them and he forgave them. They're gone. So I can't keep condemning you. Is there someone that's condemning you that you're allowing that to keep affecting you? Or are you condemning someone still? And then he said, to be free, I have to let go. I had to let go of some things recently. I was pretty ugly about some things, trying to demand what I thought was right and fair for me. And I just had to let go. And the minute I did, the freedom and the joy and the peace and the woman that God created me to be, she was able to rise out again. She wasn't stuffed up under all that stuff. So just some thoughts. I'm going to read a few of them again. To be free, I have to let go. Why would I keep nailing you to the cross? And all these are not mine. I think I said it, but these are from Stephen Furtick. I don't want to claim something that's not mine. Why would I choose to stay wounded? My wound is gone. It's a scar. I mean, it's not perfect anymore. There's a metal plate in there, but it works. It's not wounded. It's just a scar. My scars have given me the ability to understand things that some other people can't understand. It has given me the ability to be much less judgmental. I was the most legalistic human being. Whew. I was a hot mess of a pot full of judgment waiting to happen for anybody and everybody, and I'm ashamed to say that, but you know what? I've seen so many sides of things that I can see people, I feel like more. I am not perfect and not claiming something, but I can see more with the eyes of Christ. So I know this is really getting long. I'm pushing 10 minutes here. Good grief. I told you I was mouthy. If you've stuck with me this long, you are a trooper. Imagine if you had lived with me, my poor children. um, and I cannot demand to receive a grace from God that I will not give to you. And I'm shutting up. I just hope this blesses somebody and maybe it gives you some freedom and helps you let go. Love you guys.